Uh, Hi, good evening. My name's Chris, uh, and I've been doing this thing for a couple of weeks. This is kind of loud, I think. Where instead of watching some more Netflix or looking at my phone or doing work, I try to end my day with a little bit of puzzling. And if you're puzzling or just would like to have some company, come hang out with me for a little bit. I usually do these for like an hour or two. Tonight, I'm working on one of our rental puzzles uh, called Bringing Home the Tree by actually one of my absolute favorite artists to do a puzzle of. Her name is Bonnie White, and she does these wonderful folk scenes. And I've been doing her puzzles, God, with my dad, forever now. So there's always something a little nostalgic and fun about these. This one is 379 pieces and was cut by our artisan Chris. Not me, Chris. Chris Anderson. Check her out on Instagram. She's amazing. She's adorable. She's very sweet. So, yeah. Hope you're having a great night. Let's puzzle. Let's see. Oh, yeah. These are these cool, like, library cards that we started a little while ago, and it's been really cool to see how folks have started to sign their names on them. So I'm excited to do this once I finish this puzzle. Here are all our separator sheets. That's like a whole thing. I'm gonna put this here. I'll keep this one because sometimes it's nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so fun. All right. One of the best bits followed by one of the most tedious. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's do this. Oh man, right off the bat. Look at this one. That's a cute one. Tonight was back to school night at my kids' school, which was a lot of fun because we got to meet their teachers and sit in their classroom. And there's something magical about a first grade classroom. Yeah. It was supported by also sitting in one of those like tiny kid chairs, but it was very nice to look up and see all the kids' art and I don't know, just be surrounded by that stuff. So when I'm usually doing Bonnie White's artwork, it's so tempting to start with the patterns and the houses. But for some reason, I'm thinking I'm actually going to start with the sky tonight. Just because. Shay has this game that she apparently sometimes plays where she'll just pick a single piece in the puzzle and then only allow herself to build off that single piece. And I'm not going to do that. But, you know, because I'm not that hardcore, nor am I that competitive with myself. So I think just to up the ante a little bit tonight, but not go too extreme, I'm going to start on the sky. That's going to be my way to do it. Okay. Let's dig in. That wasn't the right piece. usually not very big on doing the edges first, but I can't argue with this. Yeah, I knew it. Hey, Pam. I am doing a Bonnie White puzzle called Bringing Home the Tree. It's 380 pieces, basically. And I decided that I would start from the sky. Just 'cause. No good reason, but I realized I'd never done that before. So tonight's the night. Well, it's funny you say that. Because tomorrow our Labor Day sale opens, and it basically is all about getting a jump start on the holiday orders. So, ironically, a lot of the messaging in it has to do with Christmas trees. So, it basically is the Labor Day tree. The real reason I chose it, actually, is because we've had so many new renters come in that I didn't want to take a puzzle that one of the new renters may have wanted. And so I thought if I got a Christmas puzzle, the odds were low that someone else was going to go for it. Hence why I'm doing a Christmas puzzle in the last summer, or the last weeks of summer. That is a false edge piece. And it's going to be something like this. Knew it. Yeah, it's when we do our biggest promotion on made-to-order puzzles. So hopefully folks can get in their orders for Christmas early, and then we don't have to write sad emails in December, which is the whole idea of it. Well, that's been the idea of our Labor Day sale for years, but this year it's a little bit special because it is also kind of celebrating Shay going on a great vacation. So we need to make sure that we send her off to go have a wonderful vacation in style. You know, It's more that we're trying to coordinate our usual Labor Day sale with her holiday so that she's not stressed out. I am doing Bringing Home the Tree, which was cut by Chris, not me, Chris Anderson. She's lovely. It's one of our smaller rental puzzles. And I think over the years, Bonnie White's art has been my consistent go-to. I think if I were to I always associate elms with Bonnie White's artwork because my dad would always go out of his way to rent these giant elms puzzles just of Bonnie White's artwork. And so all of my holidays growing up were always with puzzles that looked like this. So I have a soft spot for it. And that's going to be the floor. I'm starting with the trees. I'm sticking with my tree idea. This guy, that's a cute little, look at that. Oh, little doggy. That makes me happy. You know, it's funny you say that because I've been asked a few times why our smallest rental puzzle is 300 pieces. And to be honest, I don't have a good answer. I don't know. I don't know why we don't do smaller rental puzzles. Maybe we should look into that. But I've also just come to really, really enjoy not doing giant puzzles that take a while to get into and to make progress on. When you finish them, it's amazing, but getting started is a whole thing. And I'm just trying to wind down before I go to sleep. So I'm not looking for a whole thing, you know? Oh, what is the Liberty puzzle you are working on? Yeah. So I know it's the 2-pack idea. It's the making sure everyone gets the experience they want. I think I'm definitely getting convinced of this. Where it's I think I've been convinced, but we don't have a plan. But there's something there. You know, it's like if you're going to rent something and we're going to ship it out, you don't want to blitz through it. You want to be able to enjoy, to take your time and to enjoy it. Maybe do it a couple times. But if it's like a smaller puzzle, it doesn't have to be 4 weeks. Maybe it's a 2-pack. I don't know. I have a plan for that, though. I have a plan for that, Pam, and it's going to be, I think I can solve that with a thing that brings the camera up. I don't know what it's called, but we are, I'm pretty sure I've told you this, Pam, that we're doing an Elms puzzle board, which we should have out in a couple of months, and it's gonna be bigger, and so I'm gonna need to change my setup a little bit, and then figure out how to. I'm not very technical, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Who knows? It is gonna have a revolving board. It's gonna have one of those spinners that I'll be able to move around, which I'm excited about because I've never actually puzzled with one of those. I've just been stuck in the table days, in the analog ways. That was certainly one of the reasons why I always thought that actually doing this adventure with Elms was never going to happen. But then working remotely became a thing. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's the way to do it. Like, find a great board and put a Lazy Susan under it. Voila. You have a great puzzle table. I just had this piece. Oh, there it is. Oh, they're Californians. That's amazing. So next May, Pam's gonna correct me on the exact dates, but Pam, is it May 8th? Pam is hosting Puzzle Quake here in San Francisco, which is gonna be a lot of fun. If you want to come up for a weekend of puzzling. Hey Jen, how's it going? I'm shilling for Pam and Puzzle Quake and doing a fun little puzzle. I think, did you just get off work? Are you already puzzling or on your way to puzzle? I just saw this piece. I just saw this. There we go. Okay, so the details on Puzzle Quake is that details are coming. But Pam, this will be the 4th year of Puzzle Quake next summer. And every year so far has been a lot of fun. Oh. But we get some local makers. Um, we're always there with some puzzles. There's lots of puzzles out for folks to do. There's a puzzle swap. There's a raffle. Um, there's a little bit of puzzle history. What am I forgetting, Pam? What other fun things? It's great. I brought this year. I brought this idea or this special sort of prototype puzzle we made for Christmas this year, which is this advent calendar puzzle that we're working on. So we got some folks at PuzzleQuake to try it out and give us some feedback, which was cool. Yeah. Kind of slowing down on them. Well, that's kind of cute. This one has some. I'm excited. I'm most excited for like these whimsies. There's a few. It looks like it's going to be a multi-piece family whimsy. Where did I? Oh, you should be more organized, Chris. That would make puzzling go faster. Never. So I think these and a few others are going to end up being like a multi-piece whimsy, which is going to be very, very cool. It's like, sorry, just because I'm a dog person. I love that. That makes me happy. Oh. Jen, that's amazing. People are going to love it. I'm so happy you're bringing that puzzle. It's an amazing puzzle. Any one of those Victor puzzles that are giant are so much fun. I'm glad people will. You're going to have a great time there. I unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm going to have fun too, but I'm not going to be at Puzzle Jam South. I'm doing a trip with my brother for my birthday, and he and I are going to visit a friend of ours who recently moved to Chicago, who's basically another brother. So it'll be nice to see him, but I'll be missing on Puzzle Jam. Kind of. You know when you get to that point where you're like, should I continue working on this section and try to complete it, or should I go elsewhere? I think tonight I'm a go elsewhere puzzler. Of course, the minute I say that, maybe we'll hang around. I'm liking this. Oh, that'd be so great. There we go. Oh, okay. I thought that looked right. Oh. Hopefully he gets some rest. Have a great night, Jenny. Thanks for stopping by. There we go. I don't know what that piece is doing. I that actually means a lot to me, Jen. Thanks for saying that. I think like most people, I'm self-conscious about my voice, but when I read out loud, I stutter. I can't really read out loud too effectively, so I don't know if I'll be reading audiobooks in my future, but as someone who's always been self-conscious about his voice, thank you. Here we go. I do when I discovered this music, I like realized that it was actually the only music that I could work to. If I tried to have a podcast playing or an audiobook or music that had lyrics to it, I would just get distracted and spend my day listening to music, which was lovely, but not the best career decision. So when I found this, I was like, oh, this calms me down. Wolfman Jack. I think we all... It's tough to like hear your own voice or to see yourself. It's discomforting, I think. Oh no, I think it's a very, very common thing but it's almost always true that you end up being your own harshest critic. And the things that you sort of spiral on, other people either don't mind, don't notice, or actually end up liking about you. And I don't know, they're all things that make us unique. And that's endearing and special. I don't think I'll totally ever get over going bald in my 30s, but life is long. We all have a thing. Oh, that's a little easy piece. I'll cheat on that one. Just because it's the logo piece. All right. We're almost done with this guy. I don't know the Planet Delta reference. If I had to guess without phoning a friend, I would guess Star Trek. But I feel like if I put money on that, I'd promptly lose. Oh. I'm trying to think of a specific hint for which Star Trek. Oop, there's another piece. There's another logo piece. I never really watched Deep Space Nine. And growing up, I was big into the Shatner movies. But my older brother was all Patrick Stewart. So I'm not even sure what clue I would ask for. Yeah. That's... Pam, were you really into Star Trek? There you go. See, there's my missing sky. That's the sky that I've been looking for. See? Some pieces really do unlock. Oh, there we go. Okay, Voyager. Deltans were introduced. Oh. I'm sure there was a euphemism in there somewhere. This is definitely a false edge. I'm just committing to that right now. There's no way that's... I'm sure that played very well for Patrick Stewart. Fortunately, though, in the case of me going bald, I knew it was coming. You know, if you look at my mom's father, the writing was written on the wall. I couldn't imagine casting anyone but Patrick Stewart in that role. I feel like William Shatner to Star Trek was what Pierce Brosnan was to the Bond franchise. I don't know if that's a spicy take or not. That's what we should do. We should do puzzling with Star Trek trivia. Called it. Okay. Really? Okay. I'm feeling pretty smug about myself. With myself? Smug with myself. Smug about myself? I'm feeling smug with myself. I'm feeling smug. There's that stutter. I'm feeling smug with myself that I did this guy first. Yeah. Oh no. I think you're right. It's just, I'm just feeling, yeah, I'm just feeling smug that I completed the sky. That's what the, I wonder if it's a camera thing or a, yeah, I should have swiveled it. I should have had my, the new Elm swivel board available at Walmart. Okay. Oh, here it is. Um, we are doing a larger size. We're incorporating the swivel into the board itself and changing the border a bit. But I will say, if you like Zacho's boards, there's a good chance you'll like the Elms board. Because who better to make our boards than Zacho? Oh, that is good. Um, an irregular shaped board may be a bit much. Um, you want to know something crazy about? It's not that crazy. It's just one of life's coincidences. But Zach from Zacho, uh, his workshop is in upstate New York and is in the town that that is in this like tiny little town in upstate New York that was my wife and I's favorite place to visit for the weekend. And there is nothing in this town, absolutely nothing. There's a restaurant, there's a general store, and that's it. There's not even a stop sign. And actually, on the night that I proposed to my wife, we drove to the Catskills to stay there. And then of all towns, and of all the towns in the Catskills and upstate New York, Zach has his workshop in beautiful Bovina Center. I felt like that was a good omen. Yeah, we were thinking, when we were trying to think of the sizes for our board, we ended up going with a little bit larger than some other boards and more rectangle than the stave board, and less, well, not to get into my opinions on the stave board, but we wanted something different. And I think, realistically, I think we'll have to ultimately offer a few different sizes, because I think the first one may just be a bit big for folks. So it'd be like perfect for this space. But oh, Jen, that's a wonderful question. Our favorite place to stay was this amazing Airbnb that was a converted one-room schoolhouse in the middle of a field on the side of the road. I have no idea whether the couple still runs it as an Airbnb, but it was just one of those magical places. Feeling a little lost. Am I going for the red? The red wood building, or am I going for the brick building? Pick a lane, Danner. that was the idea. We wanted it to fit most of our rental puzzles, and our smaller rental puzzles are our most popular. So we hope it'll fit most folks' habits. And then if it works, we can make different sizes. Trial and error. Seeing what works. Not getting too hung up on the results. No, there's lots of lines here. I know. The board that Elms back in the day used to produce was bigger and had these drawers in it, but it's a much bigger and like much heavier board, and we may need to like figure out how folks could have either like little trays, which I think I had some around here somewhere, or some sort of organizational thing. And then on images, we hopefully will be able to put out some more new images before the end of the year. We're still kind of doing an inventory, and not inventory or accounting. What's it called? Audits, if I'm being practical. Which I rarely am practical, but it's a good habit, I suppose. Okay, that piece goes there. Don't try to tell me it doesn't. There we go. Yeah, that's another thing. The bigger board, the more shipping cost. You'd be surprised about how many decisions come down to shipping costs. Oh yeah. Yeah. We will send out notices. Uh, I mean, this is such like a small business. um, like I don't know, tidbit, but um, we want to get in like this year. A big thing for us this year has been getting in the habit of like frequent and scheduled releases, and we've mostly been focusing on pre-cut puzzles and rental puzzles. But I think as we build up some of our back office operations and can bring on artists more quickly, then we'll also introduce new artwork. And what I would love to do, I would love to kind of have a standing thing of like offering a bit of a discount on any new artists. Maybe just doing something for club members, but like I don't know if there's more to that idea. I think that was all of that idea. I think that idea is just bring on new artists and then give club members a deal on new artists coming on board. That's the whole idea. I'm sure you can tell, but I am big on membership having its privileges. Oh, actually, I mean, you guys would appreciate this. I don't know. I don't have a. I don't have a long-term solution yet, but I had to put back in that. It's not a bug, but that quirk where the club member discount applied to retired puzzles. We had to put that. We had to like basically intentionally re-enable that in order to get our Labor Day sale, which starts tomorrow, that working the way that we wanted to. And then longer term, I'll have to figure out something for everything else. But it was beyond my capacity this week. It works, right? The thing is, like, because tomorrow there's like the promo for everybody for made to order puzzles, and then the club member discount is on top of that. But in order to get that working, it's a Shopify thing. It's annoying. And then they tried to get me to buy something else, and I just got frustrated and threw up my hands. Yeah. For Labor Day, we try to encourage folks to get their holiday orders in early. Because I think we're going to have to close the workshop even earlier than we did last year for new made to order puzzles. So it's just one of the quirks of a handcrafted company that when everyone's thinking about holiday gifting, you can only take so many orders. I think last year Stave closed it on December 1st for holiday orders. No, there's the email goes out tomorrow morning. Start working on this blue house. I think the email should be going out I was gonna say 9 a.m. Eastern, but if I do 9 a.m. Eastern, I'm not going to be able to work out in the morning. And so it may open a little bit later, but because everything is made to order, it won't be things won't sell out. So the timing is less. I know, it's weird. That's so odd that it's not showing up when you click. I, of course, don't have my iPad with me, but tomorrow I'm going to have my iPad. I'm going to verify this bug and fix it. I don't know what's happening. The cheat code on that one, Pam, is just to go to, I think it's elmspuzzles.com/collections/retired-puzzles. I think that's the URL. start out with much organization, but what little organization I had is kind of going out the window. That's true. One sec. All right. It really does just roll off the tongue. I know. I know that, but of the three main devices, it's overwhelmingly mobile and desktop. And the Retire Puzzle sale is only for club members. But I need to fix it. So when I have my iPad tomorrow, I'm gonna figure that out. Why do these things happen? Why doesn't technology just work the way it's supposed to? Oh, that's what it is. I should be working on that. Oh, there you are. there's some. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. That's false. That goes there. That was, we added that like maybe not 6 months ago, but probably 4 months ago. It was this year, but we did it for a few reasons. One, because take a penny from it, and we had lots of customers asking for specific artisans. I'm sure you can guess. And we wanted to obviously encourage artisans. And we have some customers that like to collect a puzzle from each artisan each year. And so we wanted to find a way to sort of reward artisans for developing their talents to a point where they're known for them and recognized for them. And this felt like a good way to do that. Oh, of course, there's a typo. Oh. I'll fix that. Yeah, I like her too. That is a whimsy piece. But which whimsy piece? I feel like I saw that. There it is. Oh, that's a great puzzle. I did a we had a rental of that I did, right? No, it was another one of her works. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind in my old age. That's what I'm talking about. I have my funky shaped island that's building in every which way, but we are making progress. So tomorrow, um, it'll be um, it'll be 30% off for club members, and 15% off for everyone else. The which one? Oh, I thought you were pointing out a piece that I had missed, and I was like, where is it? Where is it? I'm building all over the place here. But it'll come together. These. We're making moves. We're making things happen. I can update the listing. I can change it if you've found something you liked. I think the one thing, sorry, this just popped into my head. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. Shay will know though, and I can ask her in the morning. But sometimes there's like thresholds for where we have to move up in a box size. And that sometimes creates a bit of a funny situation because on one hand, the bigger boxes are kind of cooler, I think. But on the other, it's like you may go up a box size because you can't fit them in the smaller box size, but then you have a whole lot of box, you know, and not a totally full box. I don't know where those cutoffs are, but I can ask Shay in the morning about whether 50-piece increments changes any of that. But that is a tiny consideration in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of thinking on that. I mean, on one hand, you know, we want to make it easy for everyone to find exactly what they want, obviously. But we also don't want to bombard everyone with so many choices. But who knows, maybe 50-piece increments would make more sense. Ooh. I saw this piece. There it is. Right? Yes. Okay. That didn't really do anything for me. I thought that was going to be a bigger deal than it was. I admit that was not a big deal. It was progress, but it was not a breakthrough. Yeah, it's the swimming conundrum. Ooh, I'll do this. Chris cut this puzzle with a lot of internal edges. I kind of like that when you can kind of tell which tricks and styles of cut that the artisan is playing with in a given puzzle. Kind of helps you figure out what you're looking for. It'd be really nice if I could just spend my days doing this. Ooh. No, but that sounds cool. Or maybe I did see it. That's sounding familiar, but I'm not. Nothing's popping into my head. Well, this track's pretty jazzy. I think it's getting to be around about that time for me. This feels like a pretty good spot. It'll give enough to do next week. Yeah. Oh, except next week I'm going to have to do it on a different day. Oh, my phone's up there. 1 second. Oh, whoa, I didn't see this. That's cool. Oh, Jen, that's cool. Oh, I love those, all those animals along the border. That's cool. Oh, that's gonna be great. Crazy cutouts in the middle of those people dancing. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I guess I missed that post of hers. You'll have to send it to Pam in some way. Okay. How about that piece for my last one? A little clean up here. Oh. I think that's it for me tonight. Get some rest. Oh, hello. That was a free piece. That's also a free piece. This one's also a free piece. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, now I'm done. Well, I hope you both have a wonderful night. I hope you both get to puzzle soon. Thanks again for hanging out with me and indulging me as I have fun with this little experiment. I think I know there's a total one more piece issue, which like even this one, sorry, this one's staring at me, so that's gonna be the left. Oh wait, sorry. Mm. Mm. Okay, I'm just gonna make this one connection because I'm 90% sure that this goes there, right? No. No? Okay. Okay. We live to puzzle another day. Good night. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for hanging out. Cheers.